Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name's Brian if you happen to be new, but if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. That's what you get for subscribing, by the way. Free extra greetings at the start of these videos. Now, this is New World Update 1.5.5. This is a weekly update series in which this note video should be fairly short. So if you feel like I earn it, hitting that like button is a great way to help these videos out in the algorithm. And hopefully, if you haven't hit subscribe yet, maybe you do, and you come back and check out more New World content going forward. But here we are just going to dive into the notes itself, not trying to waste your time at all, just going to jump into it. I'm also going to give you a little bit more of my thoughts on these notes themselves, because there is a system endgame grinding change, and I'm very excited to see it, but I'm also kind of more excited about what July is bringing in the first place. So anyway, let's dive in. First and foremost, general fixes. The updates actually will go live at 11 p.m. PT, that's 1 a.m. Central Time, aka June 29th, June 28th. So this evening, if you're watching this in real time, if you're watching this after the fact, well, thank you so much. Anyway, players are now going to receive more PvP XP and as assault in PvP arenas. The number of rounds won grants players the following rewards every match. 0 rounds won, 350 XP, 75 salt, 1 600 XP, 150 salt, 2 rounds, 750 XP, 350 salt, 3 rounds, 1000 XP, and 500 salt. And this is obviously kind of them trying to find that right balance. There is still some kind of burnout where this gets reduced after so many rounds, because when it comes down to the game, they want to incentivize all modes. So this is them kind of looking at what is the best way to incentivize that. And the short answer is an XP. That's where we get into this longer answer and where I have more of my thoughts. They've added a new Gypsum only attainable in PvP arenas, the Garnet Gypsum. Players can earn up to 2 of this Garnet Gypsum per day, and it only takes 1 of the Garnet Gypsum to actually craft an orb. The number of rounds won grant players the following drop rates for each match. No rounds won, you get a 50% chance. Now what's interesting here is you get 50% chance across the board. 0, 1, or 2, there's a 50% chance. However, if you win all 3 rounds, you have a 100% chance. This is to even more incentivize the arena. I think this is a good choice. We see kind of various different forms of Gypsum Ruby for OPR. Adding this into this kind of wheelhouse is a good thing. It's a good thing for the mode. It's a good thing for player endgame, just to incentivize yourself to jump in for a couple of rounds each and every day, just getting the XP, just getting the chance at the Gypsum. But this is going to have interesting implications in their grand design. Well, whatever that ends up looking like in terms of expertise and leveling in the future, whether Gypsum continues to play a heavy role as players eventually hit that cap of 625, it's gonna be interesting, especially because Gypsum gets you to 600, and then you have to use the shards to take it from there. Now, that being said, happy to see it. I'm happy to see it. It's interesting that it's also its own type of Gypsum, which I guess that's allowing them to hit that daily cap on it as well. If you guys haven't played around in the PTR Medley Fair, note that the Diamond Gypsum is flowing pretty heavily just as a part of experiencing that system. So I'm wondering, I don't know, it just seems like obviously things are getting a little bit faster to be able to get people to gear up, and that will ultimately help out with the arena. One of the problems is the discrepancy in new players, new 60s hitting, and players who are at 625 having perks, having refined those builds. That's going to be something for them to that's going to be a unique challenge until especially cross server matching is brought in, but we'll talk about that obviously in the future. They also fixed an issue causing specific iterations with some objects to prevent progress in the main story. They fixed issues that cause players to overflow items in their storage when reaching a placement limit of 500 items in a single storage location. So a couple handful of fixes there. Overall, the progression system here being changed, I think is important. It will be interesting to see the long-reaching impacts of this, especially when we start talking about, you know, post year 1, post year 2 for the game itself. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for your time. Hopefully you enjoyed this patch notes. Hopefully you enjoyed my rambling, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. But until then, take care.
Yeah. It's time to chill out on the couch and read some comments. That's right. You know me when it comes to Destiny. I'm off with the clan, and I'm glad you're feeling better. Oh yeah.